was very pleased. We're defending at a high level right now. I feel like we're starting to understand some things, and obviously, when you make shots, things look a lot better. But I see our kids getting better, and I see our kids beginning to understand some things, starting to carry over stuff from practice and workouts, film, and being able to apply it. And I think that's they're experiencing some growth. Obviously we shot really well, but there were we got great shots because we were doing the things we were supposed to do. And so even if those shots didn't go, we were getting quality looks.
I think it was something like 16 assists on 18 made field goals in the
hmm
first half. Is that a byproduct of what the defense gives you, or is that just how you guys want to play?
I think it's showing that we are improving as passers and our looks. We're also understanding what it is that we are looking for. Um, I think I don't put a lot of coaches put a lot into that. I don't put a whole lot into that because I mean those are the looks that we ended up getting this game, but sometimes it's not like that, in the way that we play. But today, I think that does speak to our understanding. I mean, our kids were passing the ball really good today. We were hitting cuts, we were getting some really good looks, and the turnovers weren't that they weren't that silly. I mean, heck, we had 9 turnovers. I mean, that's pretty good against a team that really gets out and pressures in their zones and stuff. That's pretty good.
And just what specifically from your defense was so good? I mean, almost every possession was 25 to even 30 seconds long.
Well, some of that is the way that they play. They're used to doing that. Other reason our pressure was good. We're having a better understanding of what it is we're doing. We're better in our scout. Our staff is continuing to improve. I think our staff is really good, and I try to empower them, to be able to put us in the best positions possible. And I think it's showing with our kids. Our kids are doing some really good stuff, and our kids are learning. They're learning a lot from film. They're learning a lot from their workouts, and they're carrying it over, and they're seeing like the good stuff that happens. And I think the big thing is they're believing. They have a lot of belief right now, and I'm really really happy with them.
Just, with Amber against UC, it felt like a lot of work under the basket,
Mhm.
whereas now it was a lot of 3-point shooting. Is that just you guys kind of moving the chess pieces around, or what kind of was the
Some,
product of that?
some, also them recognizing opportunities. Amber smart. Amber was. I mean, she's been here. I feel like we do a lot of teaching here, and so she's very cerebral and she understands. And the kids are learning to look for certain opportunities, and they understand her. And there's a there's a vibe, a synergy that they're creating where they are learning how to play with one another and look for one another, and they know their stuff within their sets. And I almost cuss. They're getting smart. They're they're starting to get smart. So
Just obviously a difficult schedule coming up with a high major and then Green
mhm.
Bay coming in here. So just what are your takeaways about some things to improve from today?
I have to look at film to see where we can improve. I think there were a couple stretches where our bench struggled a little bit, but I also believe in them, and I know that they have a chance to be better. I know they are better, and I say that. I thought Macy was really good, and for most of the time, I thought Cleta was really good. And so those are kids that, I mean, Macy, I mean, she played 11 minutes. No, 14 and a half minutes, had 9 points, but she had 9 points in probably, I don't know, 7 or 8 minutes. So, but she's getting smarter. She's learning some things, and I'm very proud of her.